Here we are in St. Louis, Missouri, home to Peabody Energy's headquarters, the largest private sector coal company in the world. Since its founding, Peabody has been responsible for 1% of all anthropogenic carbon emissions. We know burning coal is bad for the environment, and we should look for other resources. But Cole argues that renewables would create a job-killing nightmare.
I worked at a coal mine who in 26 years hadn't had a single layoff. In the past 4 years, we've been laid off twice.
It was really devastating to us because we had just had a baby and we've pretty well had to use our savings to live on.
Would alternative energy really kill coal jobs? In this episode of Youthfuel, we travel to St. Louis to find out. I'm Vanessa Black. I'm a filmmaker and an activist, and I'm traveling around America to find out more about our biggest polluters and climate change deniers. Have you ever heard of Peabody Energy before?
No.
No?
Do you know anything about Peabody Energy?
No. Peabody Energy?
I heard about the coal stuff.
Yeah, what do you know about them?
I do not know too much or nothing about them now.
Although you may never have heard of them, Peabody has some of the largest coal reserves in the United States.
Across the globe, every man, woman, and child uses 1 ton of coal each year, and Peabody has some 8 billion tons of coal reserve.
And it's a worldwide operation that has no plans to stop mining coal anytime soon.
It is here to stay, and it will continue to grow.
As a single company, Peabody's coal fuels approximately 10% of the electricity generated in the United States and 2% of electricity generated throughout the world. Global coal demand is expected to reach 8.5 billion metric tons by 2016. If many scientists around the world agree that we should stop using coal to combat climate change, then how do we keep these companies from expanding? One idea from Citizen Climate Lobby is to tax carbon.
Revenue neutral carbon tax that taxes the carbon emissions and gives the money back to the public to offset the increased costs in consumer goods and energy. Coal seems cheap, oil seems cheap, but it's not really cheap because there are all of these costs that go along with it that we end up paying for in other ways.
Cole says the carbon tax will kill American jobs.
My husband has been a coal miner since 1994. In the past 6 years, my husband has been laid off 3 times.
When in reality, better mining technologies and competition from natural gas kill coal jobs. Peabody CEO even said it himself at an energy conference.
We're going to see more and more autonomous systems for the production of whether it's coal or other mineral commodities or oil or gas to try and minimize that human interface.
The fact is, U.S. coal mining jobs have been in decline for decades. According to the U.S. Mine Safety and Health Administration, from 1978 to 2013, the U.S. lost more than 132,000 coal jobs, which is 52% of its workforce. Cole says taxing carbon would cut jobs. However, they're clearly making plans to make coal mining more efficient through newer technologies. They're also looking for other ways to save. Creditors allege that Peabody arranged to cut health care benefits to retirees.
United Mine Workers of America presses on in the union's attempts to pressure coal companies over the payment of retirement benefits.
My father gave nearly 3 decades of his life to the coal companies, to Peabody, with the promise that his retirement would be secure. Now my parents are facing the reality and the fear that they may lose the ability to afford going to the doctor while CEOs like Greg Boyce continue to gamble with the lives of thousands of his employees and millions of innocent people.
The fact is, many of these miners work their whole lives for the coal industry and their health suffers for it. We know coal is dirty, but Cole argues that they can make it clean.
We can be energy independent. We can continue to use our most abundant fuel cleanly and responsibly. We can, we will. Clean coal, America's power.
How many kilowatts have been derived from clean coal? 0. Clean coal is a marketing term used by the coal industry. It relies on unproven technologies in a desperate and expensive attempt to avoid using truly clean, renewable energy. Until we use renewables, coal will continue to cost us.
We all pay for those costs one way or another, whether it's in our health bills, or the pollution in the environment, dirty water, dirty air. We pay for those costs. It's just not reflected in the price of the things that are directly related to energy.
By burning coal, we pump the atmosphere full of unsustainable amounts of greenhouse gases that affect people and the environment. Peabody will argue that they can make coal clean, but the technologies are unproven at the commercial scale. Therefore, we must move to renewables, and it won't cost America jobs. Join the growing movement to solve the climate crisis and fuel a cleaner future.